Welcome to English Podcast Academy. My name is Olivia, and I'm really happy you're here. If you've ever felt nervous about speaking English, or maybe you understand the words but can't find the right ones when it's your turn to speak, this is for you. You're not alone. Thousands of people feel the same. But here's the good news. Your brain can change. You don't need special talent. You don't need to study grammar all day. You just need a simple habit. Press play every day. That's it. Even if it's just while you're making breakfast, walking to the bus stop, or brushing your teeth. Let your brain hear real English, not textbook English, not fast, difficult English, but slow, natural, and simple. The kind of English people really use, the kind that lives in daily conversations, not classrooms. And here's something interesting. If you do this for 21 days, something starts to happen. At first, it feels like nothing's changing. You listen, you hear the same words, and maybe you don't notice a big difference. But slowly, without even trying, your brain begins to catch more. You start to recognize phrases. You hear something on the street and think, "Oh, I know that." You begin to feel more confident. You start to answer in English. Maybe not perfectly, but naturally. And that's a big step. So today, don't worry about remembering everything. Don't try to translate in your head. Just relax. Let the words wash over you like music. Let the story carry you. It's not a lesson. It's not a test. It's just a normal moment from life. Something small. A conversation. A thought. A quiet scene. Nothing fancy. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. Because real English lives in those moments. Not in long essays or difficult textbooks. In simple things, like saying good morning, or ordering coffee, or asking someone how their day was. So now, take a deep breath. Smile a little. You're doing something great for yourself. You're training your brain to understand the most spoken language in the world, slowly, softly, and with no pressure. Let's begin. It's early. Very early. The kind of early where the streets still feel like they're sleeping. The sun is just rising, painting soft strokes of orange and pink across the sky like a quiet promise. The air is cool, but not cold. Fresh, almost gentle, like it's whispering, "You're not too late. You're right on time." Clare ties her shoes slowly. She's still half in her dreams, but her hands move with purpose. Left loop, right loop, pull. She stands up, straightens her back, and takes a deep breath. It's not just a breath, it's a small reset. A way to say, "Here we go again." She's a nurse. And today, like many days before, she's heading to the hospital. Her shift starts early, but her day starts even earlier. She steps out of her small apartment, a cozy place with a little plant by the window and a note from her sister stuck to the fridge, and walks down the quiet street. The neighborhood is peaceful. No honking, no rush. Just the sound of her shoes on the pavement and the distant hum of a waking city. Birds are singing, not loudly, but enough to fill the silence. The sky is still deciding what kind of day it wants to be. For now, it's soft, glowing, calm. As always, she stops at the bakery on the corner. It's a small place with foggy windows and the smell of warm bread escaping through the door. She pushes it open. A little bell rings. "Good morning," she says with a smile that's more than polite. It's warm, like someone who truly means it. The man behind the counter, in his flour-dusted apron, nods with familiarity. "Your usual?" he asks. His voice is calm, like a friend who already knows the answer. "Yes, please," she replies. He hands her a warm golden croissant, soft on the inside, just crisp enough on the outside, and a small paper cup filled with hot coffee. She holds them both gently, as if they're part of a sacred morning ritual. "Thank you," she says, and he gives her a quick wink, the kind that says, "Take care out there." She steps back into the street, and the world feels a little brighter. The coffee warms her hands. The croissant smells like comfort. A few more steps, and she reaches the bus stop. An old woman is already there, sitting on the metal bench, her hands resting on a worn leather bag. She looks out at the road, her face still and thoughtful. Claire sits beside her, leaving just enough space to be polite but close enough to feel human. "Cold morning," she says kindly, glancing sideways. The woman turns, her eyes twinkling. "Yes," she replies, "but the sun is trying its best." They both smile, not because it's funny, but because it's true. It's a small moment of connection. Two strangers, warmed by the same sunrise. The bus arrives with a soft sigh of brakes. The doors open, and a line of quiet passengers shuffle in. It's already a little crowded. The air smells like coffee, perfume, and something sweet. Maybe someone brought pastries to share. Claire finds a spot near the window. She leans her head slightly against the cool glass. Outside, the city is waking up. A boy runs after his school bag, laughing and out of breath. A golden retriever waits patiently outside a shop, its tail wagging slowly. A couple walks hand in hand, not rushing, just being together. A cyclist weaves carefully between cars. A street cleaner hums as he pushes his broom. Life is moving, quiet, steady, real. The ride isn't long. When the bus stops near the hospital, Claire steps off and feels the rhythm of her steps change. Inside, the hallway smells like coffee, hand sanitizer, and something sterile but familiar. Nurses in light blue pass by. A doctor gives a quick nod. Phones ring softly at the reception desk. Claire walks to the locker room. She changes into her uniform, a pale green scrub top, name tag clipped on. Her hair is tied back. Her eyes look focused now. She checks the time. Just a few minutes before her shift begins. Her colleague appears at the door, already in uniform, holding a clipboard. "Ready?" she asks. Claire gives her a small smile, not big, not loud, but strong. "Always," she says. And together they walk into the day, into the quiet strength of caring for others, into a job that isn't easy, but always matters. Now, let's slow down and look at some of the useful phrases from Claire's story. These expressions are simple, but they carry a lot of meaning in real life. When you understand them, and more importantly, when you feel them, they start to become part of your natural English. Tie your shoes. This means to use the laces on your shoes to make them tight so they don't fall off. It's a small action, but it often marks the beginning of something. People usually tie their shoes before they go out, before they go for a run, or even before doing something important. In the story, Claire ties her shoes at the very beginning. It's a moment of preparation, a signal that her day is starting. You might hear someone say, "Hold on, let me tie my shoes," before leaving the house or starting a walk. Good morning. A simple, kind greeting used in the first part of the day, usually before 12 p.m. But it's more than just a phrase. It's a small act of connection. When Claire says good morning to the man at the bakery, she isn't just saying words, she's creating warmth. It shows politeness, friendliness, and a positive attitude. People use it in coffee shops, offices, or even when passing a neighbor on the street. Sometimes the tone of your good morning can say more than the words themselves. Your usual? This phrase shows familiarity and routine. When someone knows your usual, it means you've been there many times. It's a quiet relationship built over repeated visits. At the bakery, the man asks Claire, "Your usual?" And that tells us a lot. He knows her. She comes here often. There's comfort in routine, and this phrase captures that. You might hear it at a coffee shop, a diner, or a small restaurant. The usual? And you just nod. No need for words. That's the power of habit. The sun is trying its best. This one is soft, poetic, and filled with emotion. The old woman at the bus stop says it, and it's not just about the weather. It's a way to find hope in something small. Maybe it's cold, maybe the morning is gray, but the sun, like all of us, is trying. It adds beauty to an ordinary moment. English speakers often say things like this to be gentle or humorous. It's not scientific, it's human. It's the kind of language you hear in stories, in old movies, or in conversations with kind strangers. It's a way of seeing the world with warmth. Life is moving. Claire thinks this while watching the world from the bus window. This phrase doesn't mean running or rushing. It means that life continues, quietly, gently, in the background. A boy chasing his school bag, a dog waiting patiently, a couple walking. It's all part of the rhythm. When someone says, "Life is moving," they're noticing the simple, natural flow of everyday moments. It's not dramatic, but it's meaningful. It reminds us that the world doesn't stop. People grow, seasons change, stories unfold, sometimes without us even realizing. These phrases are more than just vocabulary. They carry feelings, habits, routines, and small pieces of life. The more you listen to them in real stories, the more natural they become for you too. And when the time comes, you'll use them, not because you memorize them, but because they fit the moment. That's when real language learning happens. And now, we're done for today. That's all it takes. One story. One quiet moment where English isn't a subject in a book, but a feeling in your mind. You don't have to study for hours. You don't need to sit with a notebook and memorize grammar rules. You don't need to be perfect. What you do need is to come back. Just press play. Just listen. Even one story a day can change how you feel about English. It's not magic. It's rhythm, like a song you've heard 100 times. At first you notice only a few words, then a few more. Then suddenly, You're humming along without even thinking. That's what happens when you listen every day. Not because you're forcing it, but because you're feeling it. You don't need to push hard. You don't need pressure. English isn't a mountain you have to climb in one day. It's more like walking a quiet path, step by step, story by story. And the more you walk, the more familiar it becomes. So if today's story felt soft, natural, maybe even peaceful, good. That means you're on the right track. Your brain is learning, even when it doesn't feel like it. Come back tomorrow, and the next day. Just let the words live around you, like light through a window. Calm, simple, real. We'll be here. One voice, one moment, one story at a time. See you next time.